We can kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Let's go. Oh, so many people! The holy city is so lively.
Did you hear? At the Alliance meeting, the delegate from Leyden stormed out in anger.
As expected, the Imperator is always hiding things from everyone. When has it not caused a ruckus?
Silence! That's treason! If it weren't for the great Imperator, you'd have sunk into the lake with those corrupt elders already. And you wouldn't even be alive to speak like this.
Oh no, it's the Imperator's loyal dog.
Let's go. We can't talk in front of this guy.
How disappointing. Oh, honored guests, we meet again. Looks like I'm not the only one who came to the baths to unwind after the meeting. For the upcoming campaign, please make sure to rest well. I am Dux Vergoris, a trusted officer of the great Imperator, willing to fight alongside the Deliverer in the coming battles.
Another war? Ever since the Imperator took control of Akuma, we haven't had a day of peace.
Idle chatter.
The atmosphere is a bit tense, with rumors flying around the city. You must be troubled.
My apologies. After every Alliance meeting, there are always some pests in the city who get restless. I prefer to ignore them. Pests on the ground don't affect the sky in the slightest. They just complain from the shadows that the sun's light is too harsh. Besides, the Theoros has already promised the Imperator her fate. And these clowns will eventually realize their foolishness.
May I ask, who is this Theoros?
The Imperator has ordered us to keep his lordship's whereabouts a secret.
Ah, so it's his lordship.
Stop trying to get things out of me. Leave me alone.
I didn't even need to try. Big and strong Dux Vergoris really can't hide anything. Theoros. What an ominous name. Bad news. He's been staring at us the whole time. Let's move to another place for now. We don't know how much Saridra has concealed from us. In the worst case scenario, we may have to face more than one enemy.
Alliance meeting? More like a cage where creatures with golden blood claw at each other. And Flame Crowned, who ends wars? Clearly a tyrant who doesn't deserve such a title.
You're absolutely right. While the Imperator's hounds are still hunting down others, let's let out our grievances.
You. I know you. You're that tyrant's lackey. What? Here to shut me up for that little imp?
Panicking now? Don't worry. I don't care what others say about the Imperator. And she certainly doesn't either. Oh? Children of the Prophecy. Such rare guests. Are you here to relax in the baths as well? The temperature is just right today, so be sure to enjoy it. You should rest well for the next campaign.
What? Children of the Prophecy? Another excuse for the Imperator's reckless warmongering.
No filter, huh? You should be glad you don't have a seat at the Alliance meetings. By the way, if you still want to bathe, hurry up. Once that predatory fish joins the flow of water and eliminates all the fools questioning the world beyond the sky, you won't be able to enjoy this perfect water temperature anymore.
Seems like there's more to Dux Bermalis' words than meets the eye. But would the Imperator actually kill those who question the world beyond the sky? This is the complete opposite from what we know of Akama. These two are...
So many guests today. Let's see who's here now. Two distinguished guests of the prophecy. One a clever and adorable warrior. The other, also quite heroic.
Ah, heroes. I didn't expect to meet you again so soon. How fortunate.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Dux Helcalithist and Dux Carminum. You two are inseparable, aren't you?
This is...
She wants to find someone to help with research for her new work.
I'm the far-seeing eye and all-hearing ear of Akama. I see and hear every single thing that happens in the streets and alleys of this place. I'm the perfect partner for research.
Ahem.
Enough small talk. Here's the latest news from Akama, as you requested. The children of the prophecy arrived in the holy city, and the Imperator unilaterally stripped away military power. The Alliance meeting ended in discord, and there may be bloody upheaval.
As expected.
I get the feeling you might have embellished a bit to keep people's attention.
I swear on my stone maid, I would never do such a thing. But if you wish to quell this terrifying news, perhaps a more explosive topic would help.
Never mind. While the influence of rumors can be minimized, the fact remains that the great Imperator did swiftly consolidate military power in an almost threatening way. It's undeniable. Heroes, I know the Imperator's way of doing things may seem a bit autocratic to outsiders, but soon you will witness her blade dance with enemies on the battlefield. I can't comment on the source of her loyalty, but when that blade is drawn, you two, as bright as you are, will surely see the deep thoughts beneath her exterior.
The Imperator's blade. Is he talking about Miss Hysealin's? I sense some unease in Dux Helcalithist's words. It seems the Imperator and Miss Hysealin's share a much deeper bond than the others do. There are eyes and ears everywhere. Is there any place where we can have some privacy? To understand the Imperator's secrets, we have to get past Miss Hysealin's. This place was your original bath chamber, perfect for avoiding prying eyes. I wonder if anyone is using it now. Huh? The smell is... Wait, don't go in yet! Who's there?
Oh, the little gray fry in pink sea hair.
Little sea hare?
You barged into here without warning. Was it an accident, or did you wish wish to bathe with me. Is that so? That your eyes shine brighter than pearls?
Sorry, we didn't mean to disturb your bath. We'll leave now.
It's no big deal. There's no need to panic. This is the natural state for me. People on land force themselves to wear clothes, adding unnecessary constraints. Forget it. If Duck's Goldweaver heard that, she'd scold me again. All right. Please make yourselves comfortable and wait a moment. Let me first wash off the blood of the hunt, and then I'll attend to you two.
The delegate from Ladon has been assassinated! Quick! Quick, someone come quick!
Ah, the broken crab shell surfaces. I was worried it had been washed away by the current. Just a regular cleaning. No need to be so surprised.
I see. No wonder there was a faint smell of rust in the air before I even entered. Why? Is it because the Ladonians refused to contribute troops to the Flame Chase journey? Or just because they offended the Imperator?
Because the new era of the Flame Chase doesn't tolerate stagnant blood. For the ignorant masses who cling to outdated laws, only bloodletting can wake them up. Right now, the rebel forces on the frontier are rising, and Layden has been secretly supporting them. They loudly chant the slogan, "Return to the Era Chrysia," unwilling to relinquish military power. They're just building momentum for the rebellion. Thinking is a right given to citizens by the Imperator. I won't interfere with your thoughts. As long as you don't try to reverse the current of the times, you and I will both be free.
But, Miss Hysealans, I can't even hear the slightest hint of joy in your words.
Because I've already tasted ultimate freedom. Long, long ago, I lived in the sea. In that lightless abyss, far beyond civilization's reach, the great fish consumed the small. And when the great fish perished, their bodies became sustenance for the newborn, nourishing the whole ocean. This is the tide that carries civilization forward. Anyone may be devoured, or meet the fate of inevitable decay.
Are you suggesting that ultimate freedom is in fact the cruelest fate for life?
I only mean that if life wishes to preserve its dignity, it must first be bound by the law. There's no need for me to say more, little sea hare. We're of one mind. Whether the Imperator's law can guide the schools of fish and lead us to a truly free ocean, let us wait and see. But for now, let's pause this heart-to-heart. Another fish has come, following the scent of blood.
Being your subordinate is such a tragedy. I'm always having to worry about the messes you leave behind.
It's simply our duty to the Imperator.
All ready to go in an instant. Miss Hysealans, you truly are impossible to predict.
Yet you, a golden trout who's always busy all day, suddenly have the time to visit me?
Do you think I wanted to come? I suggest you burn some more of the incense offered by our allies, lest my creations be tainted by the reek of fish. I'm only here on the Imperator's behalf to remind you to prepare for the banquet.
Fine. But I must retort. What you call the reek of fish, to me, is the unique fragrance of the sea. Besides, if my fine clothes get stained, won't you just gift me new ones?
I won't.
You sensed it too, huh? By the way, you both just mentioned a banquet. Could you elaborate on that?
Oh, right, you don't know. Every time before a battle, or after a victory, the Imperator holds a grand feast for the Chrysos heirs to lift our spirits. For us warriors who swim constantly between life and death, these feasts are more worth looking forward to than victory.
A banquet to prelude the hunt for the god of banquets, and honey brew as a tribute to commemorate the ancestor of honey brew. How absurd.
Don't look so grim. All has been decided. Since it's a banquet for Fagusa, why not take a leaf out of the Titan's book? Live in the moment and enjoy life to the fullest.
I'm not as carefree as you. That little Dolos kitten is already causing enough trouble for me. And on top of that, I still have tailoring commissions to complete. By the time the cool flame illuminates my eyes, I might not be able to focus as I used to.
Glaya's eyes.
Curious about these eyes? People often compare them to jewels. But I've already made my decision to ask Romance for eyes that can see everything. I wonder what this world will look like when I take the Divine Authority.
In the future, you will still be the finest weaver in the world.
Is this also a prophecy from the Three Fates?
It's even more accurate than a prophecy. After all, he has already witnessed it, right?
Become a demigod and lose your humanity. That is the only reply I've received in the countless times I've sought wisdom from the prophecy. But Destiny's fragments are like stitches. Before they're threaded into splendid garments, no one can see their true charm, can they?
Aglaya has always been troubled by the divine duty she must bear. But thanks to you, she seems to be in much better spirits. Just as she knows how the spinning wheel trembles, I can sense the smallest changes in the damp air. As for whether we know each other well, I've swum beside her since she was a child. Most of the time, I can understand the whispers in her heart. For those words she was too shy to say herself, I'll raise a glass to you on her behalf. Now, I leave this bath chamber to you. Rest well and prepare yourselves. After all, every time we drink and talk could be the last celebration we have in this life.
Miss Hysealence has given us the bath chamber. It seems she really does do whatever she wants. Indeed. But she could return at any moment. If we're having an important discussion, we must remain vigilant. So, let's seize the opportunity and report our current progress. We don't want to keep everyone beyond the sky waiting.
First, while that little empress with a candle stuck on her head didn't explicitly say it, she firmly rejected your request to take over the law. Fair enough. Lygus is indeed in this timeline. But since he's somehow connected to that little Empress, you have no way to find him. Huh, as expected. The road ahead will be long and difficult. It's all just a guess. What? Did I guess right? We've made some progress here too, but nothing to get too excited about. Our time is short, so let me... Concerning the origin of that Intellitron, the firewall he created uses Catorsane algebraic expressions. But ever since Aiden invented the 9-worded formula, this kind of mathematical logic no longer exists in the cosmos. Lygus is definitely connected to the Genius Society, so stay alert. We can first exclude Droidhead themselves. They specialize in minding their own business and wouldn't intervene personally. But Screwy and I are still eliminating possibilities one by one. Currently, the most likely candidates are these few. The Lord of Silence, Acha. Oh, the 2 Ruperts are also possible. But it would be too boring if it were one of them. We also have the same suspicions for now. But further verification is needed. That's all I have to say. We'll depend on you to continue pushing things forward within this world. Keep in touch regularly. And remember, don't let your guard down.
Madame Herta is a real whirlwind. Well then, let's use the banquet Aglaya mentioned as our next starting point. Ceridra's trusted followers should all be present at that time. It'll be a good opportunity to get closer to them. It's settled then. With our great teamwork, we'll be able to deal with anything that comes our way. It's been a long day. We should get some rest now. Yes, let's get ready for the banquet. Look, the venue's right ahead. And I can even hear singing. It feels so romantic.
Honored guests, wait here for a moment. You must surrender any personal belongings you have on you before entering the venue.
This hero always brings down the vibe whenever he shows up.
The Imperator's elevated position means she must always remain meticulous and careful. Please do as I say, guests. It would avoid any unnecessary misunderstandings.
I get that you don't want people to bring outside food into the banquet, but is it really necessary to confiscate the books and quill pens?
Even a quill pen can become a deadly weapon in the right hands. I'm asking for all your items. All, Miss Cyrene. Your belongings will remain safe. They will be looked after appropriately by dedicated staff.
looked after appropriately? Dedicated staff? Talk about a vague choice of words. It seems like he's aiming specifically for the chronocognitive anchor. What should we do? My gut feeling, huh? Why don't we go with their plan and hand over the chronocognitive anchor to be looked after? After all, if the little Imperator is paying this much attention to you, she probably already knows all about our whispered conversation with the geniuses. I can pretty much guess what'll happen next. But that's actually gonna be our shortcut, right?
Guests.
All right, we'll listen to you. Here you go. Also, please pass on a message to the Imperator from us. She can trust my friend, anywhere, anytime.
Thank you for your cooperation. The Imperator has some urgent business she needs to attend to and will arrive shortly. Why don't you head in with the other guests first and enjoy the feast?
Isn't Saridra supposed to be the focus of the banquet? But she's not even here. Why is it so difficult to talk to her?
Is there anything else we can help you with, dear guests? Or do you want me to recount the great Imperator's heroic deeds?
Hey, Labinas. I managed to get some honey brew that the scholars hid in the cellar. Wanna try it?
I'd never refuse to share a drink with Dux Brumalis, especially if she seeks me out first. Don't worry, dear guests. The banquet security won't be compromised. I'd never get drunk before her. This banquet has a never-ending flow of honey brew. You're welcome to try it and see whether our drinks are as good as those from beyond the sky.
Thank you for the offer, but we're more interested in knowing when the Imperator will be back.
The Imperator? Who knows? Maybe she's hiding somewhere, thinking up weird ideas again. If you ask me, she's never treated us soldiers properly, even though we put our necks on the line for her.
Hey, I can't pretend I didn't hear that, Seneca. Either retract your statement or duel me.
Fine by me. Attendant, bring us 10 more jars of honey brew. I'm gonna make sure he can't even stand straight by the end of this.
You wish. Be careful you don't get drunk first.
Actually, there are so many people, we wouldn't be able to find the Imperator even if she were here.
You two have been wandering around the venue as if you have something on your mind. Have the attendants not taken care of you well?
No, we love it here. It's just... we're a little concerned, seeing how the Imperator still hasn't arrived.
Don't worry. I know what you've been waiting for. Come, sit with me for a while, will you? I'd like to share a personal secret with you. See here? This is Fagusa's dew of divine blood, the sweetest of all the 12 bottles. On the night before such a historical event, I'd like to share this marvelous drink with the deliverer.
Doesn't this count as bringing in outside food? I knew that security check was targeted at us.
What's the matter, guests?
Oh, we're simply overwhelmed by such an honor.
Are you worried that I might have poisoned the dew? Well then, let me prove my innocence. See? It's completely safe.
I feel like Miss Hysealans wants to talk to us about something. Why don't we go along with her for now?
Worry not. Honeydew's not alcohol. It won't get you drunk. On the contrary, it can make your mind even sharper. Please, have a taste. Would you like some too, little Sierra?
I can drink it myself.
How is it? Sweet enough? As long as you like it. Calm at times, tempestuous at others. That's the taste of the ocean. It'll do you good to understand the goose's fickleness before we set off to face their waves. Just like how you're about to understand the secrets within this dew. Now, please turn around. Very, very quietly. Don't make a single noise. The dew of other gods all intoxicate humans, but the god of banquets dew is an antidote that can awaken humans from a sea siren's enchanting song. Since the start of this banquet, all the guests have been under the spell of my song. None of them can see the Imperator in that Fioros. But you two, I wish for you to see the truth.
Is this also what the Imperator wants?
This is my personal request. I can't bring myself to trust that Fioros. The Flame Chase army changed after he descended with Orynyx's divination and brought the prophecy of the stars to Akama. His seductive whispers harbor something malicious within and will ensnare those of us blinded by ambition. You are the deliverers of the prophecy and know about him far more than I do. Perhaps only you can find traces of the truth from his actions and words. Then we can show the Imperator the right path forward.
But isn't this acting behind her back?
Amphorius has become far too weak. Even heroic actions protecting her from harm must be conducted under the water's surface. I am the Imperator's blade, and I must clear the way for her while remaining concealed in the torrents. Then, ensure I'm pointing my sword towards the true enemy.
Can you promise me something, Miss Hysealans?
Speak your mind.
My friend has in fact come here to stop that villain's evil scheme. Our goals are aligned. But as to the decision the Imperator must make, he has no wish to transgress her authority. We just want to tell her everything we know. I believe the Imperator will be able to tell right from wrong.
I never doubted your loyalty. I'll pass your words faithfully on to her. Provided we can gain the advantage in this tug of war, that is. Now, return to the feast. Bring this cup with you and keep your distance. Pretend you are still immersed in the sea siren's fantasia. And I'll control the moisture in the air. That way, you'll be able to listen to sounds from afar as if you are a whale of the depths and hear every word of their conversation. I wish you a victory in this first skirmish.
It's the exciting and thrilling undercover part of the adventure. Let's mingle in the crowds here. Relax, relax. Try to act natural.
Where's the Imperator? Still not here. That little imp is always acting so high and mighty towards everyone. Today, I will. Whatever. Pour me another cup.
Though she has succumbed to drunkenness, she still does not dare challenge your authority.
A criticism of my height is a grave enough insult already. She should be dismembered.
Do you often test the loyalty of your subjects like this?
You jest. The Imperator does not need blind loyalty. As long as one can prove they have value, I am willing to be lenient towards them. Let's cut to the chase, Theoros. If I pass the trial and grasp this world's law in my hands, what will you do then?
The answer is simple. I will connect Amphorius with the stars.
Don't waste my time. Be precise. Be specific. I won't ask a second time.
Allow me to adjust my statement. I will correct the regulations within the old law that sealed off Amphorius and merge the black tide with the torrents of Era Nova. Then we will be able to decimate the forces beyond the sky that are trying to annihilate Iron Tomb and sound the trumpet for the endless campaign you will then embark on.
But you previously said that Iron Tomb is unrivaled in power across the stars. Who would dare to annihilate it?
There is a federation of warships named the Cienzo Alliance. Warlike and old-fashioned. A cult named the Genius Society. Loosely organized, but steeped in abject insanity. Oh, there's also the Astral Express. A group of lawless vagrants. That so-called Deliverer is part of that last group. Those vagabonds mistakenly believe they can connect the stars through alliances instead of conquest. But history has already given them a tough lesson. There are countless other organizations besides, but when the Lord Ravager sweeps across the cosmos, they will certainly all bow before your empire of destruction.
The Achaemenid Alliance is invincible!
If those civilizations are not as feeble as you describe, then they may still have some value in testing the quality of my blade. That being said, even the smallest and weakest city-states should build an obelisk to the Imperator, so that their people can constantly recall the glory of her conquests. Walk a little longer with me, Theoros.
I don't like how this is going. Our little Imperator seems fascinated by the destruction.
Great Fry, a little sea hare? It seems like they're still talking. Get closer. I'll keep carrying their voices to you.
What a difficult situation. No matter how we position our forces, this battle against Fagusa will result in many casualties.
That's not something you or I should consider. The Imperator has already placed the chess pieces. We just need to fight for her until our last breath.
How astonishing. The commanders under you have such different personalities, yet they share the same loyalty.
He's looking this way. Quick, do something and pretend we can't see them. Slow down.
Are you okay?
What's the matter?
My apologies. I was just checking whether everything was fine with those two distinguished guests of yours. And it seems like all is well. Let us continue our previous conversation regarding the soldiers fighting for you. Are they aware of the price they must pay for the trial of law? If I recall correctly, you've already lost a bout against Talantum due to offering insufficient sacrifices.
You dare mention my name alongside the word lost?
Forgive my transgression, great Imperator.
Watch your words and actions. All you need to know is that my victory in the trial is guaranteed. Even without the trial of law, they've already sworn to give their lives for my conquest. So tell me, if everything happens according to our agreement, how would you recommend I deal with that deliverer?
Good question. Do not let him fool you. That man from beyond the sky contains a seed of ruin within his body. He must not be allowed to tarnish your glory. Therefore, the wisest decision would be to hand him over to me.
You plan to torture him?
Calling it experimentation would be more appropriate.
The guest's patience is running thin. I plan to remove the Fantasia and head into the banquet. I will heed your advice. Leave for now, Theoros, and go back to Akama. You don't want to confront those two directly either, do you?
Indeed. It's a pity that Antikytherans are lightweights when it comes to drinking. Before I move, I'd like to make a toast to your boundless ambition, using my spirit instead of a goblet.
As I expected, that Theoros' schemes have been revealed. Thank you for your bravery, guests. It's time for me to dispel the Fantasia. This will be the Imperator's last public address before we head off, and therefore, likely, the final chance to change her mind. I will try to get you a chance to speak, and I'll also prepare for any contingencies. The rest is up to you. You should head back to your seats for now.
This honey brew sure wears off fast.
The Imperator! The Imperator has arrived!
No need for formalities. I should be apologizing for my tardiness instead. The hour draws late, and I trust you have all had your fill of brews. Therefore, I will not observe the usual ceremonies. Any warrior who has fought by my side should have those speeches memorized by now.
The Imperator's word is law.
Are you out of your mind, Dux Frigoris? The Imperator hates flattery most of all.
A joyous atmosphere is a better fit for showing me your resolve. I believe that you, my dukes, will do all you can to assist in the campaign against Fagusa, just as you always have. However, it's a pity that I have never tested your loyalty.
What does she mean?
The purpose of tonight's banquet is not to raise our morale, but to establish which allies our alliance can actually trust. And sever the heads of the traitors as a toast to all before we march. Yes, some among us have discarded their vows in order to foment vile conspiracies. Now listen! These traitors are standing right here in broad daylight. Dux Gladiorum Hycelens. She used the Sea Siren song to immerse the crowds in an illusion and conceal her whereabouts. She then worked with those from beyond the sky to spy on confidential matters, hoping to rob the core flame by force and harm me, the Imperator!
Imperator, I can explain.
Silence! Do you remember who used to own this blade? She met you once, back at the Temple of the Three Fates. It was Kindness, the head of the cleaners. She was the first to draw a blade against the Imperator, and personally made herself an example for my enemies. Under the shade of the olive groves, the people of Akama said they would never bow to me. In the frozen, lethal fog, the people of Idonia said they would never bow to me. At the beginning of the myriad paths, the people of Yanisopolis said they would never bow to me. But now, they all lie silent. They now fear me as they fear the law. For I am Saridra, and I am the Imperator! If you have any last words, say them to the Imperator. Then, face her judgment.
After I cross this river, it will be a tragedy for mankind. But if I do not cross, then it will be the end of me. If you are ready, then I'll follow you and fight to the last. Deliverer.
use your identity and add in a bit of experience and charm and testify to the Imperator as we promised.
You think you can slay a king using your words instead of a sword? I'll have it. Show me the weight of rhetoric from beyond the sky. Will it weigh heavier than 3 human lives?
Let's watch our words carefully. Before I arrived in this world, the Chrysos heir of World Baron was a young man with the pseudonym of Finan. He came from Aedes Elysiae. In order to combat the lies of the Era Nova and deliver Amphorius from the ending of the destruction, he lived through history more than 30 million times, hoping, futilely, to find a breakthrough. And Cyrene, the young woman standing beside me, also carries an equally heavy destiny. Lycus is not a guide at all. He doesn't care about Amphorius, and cares even less about your glory and campaigns. The only thing he cares about is completing the Amphorian experiment, making sure Iron Tomb is born into this world, and using it to utterly destroy the cosmic order. He will most certainly betray you. When that time comes, all of us will be ground to dust by the destruction. The road chosen by the Trailblaze is to explore, understand, establish, and connect. That will never change. We will continue our journey until we have united the entire cosmos. Therefore, if you choose the way of the destruction, then I'll place your ambitions into the same basket as Lycus and smash them into pieces with my baseball bat.
That was truly a chaotic speech. All that needs to be said has been said. Dux Frigoris, Dux Bromalis, escort the traitors to the prison. Before the next entry hour, I will give them an end befitting of their betrayal.
Oh, great Imperator, your ambition certainly eclipses all things.
You're still here, Theoros.
Of course. As the Theoros, I simply cannot miss this moment, miss witnessing the fall of a nameless one. Or perhaps I am waiting for you to give me an answer. Why would someone as powerful as you use such a clumsy excuse as imprisonment to ensure the Deliverer's safety.
So you finally tossed aside your act.
I must point out that you are just as impressive an actor. This banquet was always going to be a game of chess, where you would try to control both sides and turn both them and me into your pawns.
That's right. That little Imperator never trusted anyone. She was always trying to see which side had more sincerity. All right, we'll listen to you. Here you go. Also, please pass on a message to the Imperator from us. She can trust my friend, anywhere, anytime. But as to the decision the Imperator must make, he has no wish to transgress her authority. We just want to tell her everything we know. Now, use your identity and add in a bit of experience and charm and testify to the Imperator as we promised. And we won. Sincerity will always remain the greatest shortcut to people's hearts.
I can toss your words right back at you like Kyrgyz. Why would someone as powerful as you pretend to be a mortal and kneel before me? Unless you enjoy giving flattery and prostrating yourself.
You are mistaken. I am only trying to ensure the experiment's autonomy, meticulousness, and perfection, thus avoiding any unexpected outcomes. A forceful intervention will only create larger errors, reduce efficiency, and introduce ugliness. Had you fulfilled your promise of giving the law to me and completing the Era Nova, then the Amphorius would not have deviated from destiny's course. Oh, but you broke your promise. What a pity. In that case, I must carry out my duty as the administrator and eradicate all factors steering the experiment out of control. Factors such as you